Wenger Mourinho, that was
war.
that was nasty. That was war. That was horrible.
Mate, Tuchel and Conte were going to fight.
Yeah.
They
I
were
did
gonna,
like the Tuchel.
They were going to have a fight.
Wenger's on this a lot. For someone who you say is a peacemaker, he's not on this a lot.
That's like, for me, that's the original.
Nutter.
The original. original nutter.
What's happening, everyone, and welcome to 888 Sport. I am so excited for this video. I love it because we're going to be focusing in on rivalry, spite, venom, aggression, all the things that make football so poetic. We're going to be getting into the most iconic Premier League manager rivalries. I think we should all make our lists and then discuss what is the best ever rivalry that you can remember from a managerial perspective. Right, is everybody set?
Yeah.
Let's spin in 3, 2, 1. Wallop.
Okay.
I think we.
There's not the number 5 one.
Oh, what's a little naughty one?
Yeah.
It's like,
Allardyce
you know
always
what?
used to have the beating
It
of
wasn't. No, he used to hate it, didn't
Stopped
he?
them winning the league. They lost the
Hate
league
it.
one year at the Reebok, didn't they?
You know what?
I'll tell you that Wenger Allardyce one. Trust me, like for some reason, like first of all, it was. You know why Wenger features on this a lot of time as well? It's the clash of styles. So that was a clash of styles. You had like. You know, Wenger, beautiful football, playing it all in the right way, and then you had Allardyce, right? You know what I mean? Horrible, you know, that old-fashioned style of football. But a lot of times he would get one over.
It's funny though, that Allardyce team though, that's the team that had like Jurgen and a Kocha. So it's weird because all that was
Campo, Hierro.
Hierro.
Yeah.
So he had
But he
like
still had
6 or 7 players that actually could.
But they also had Kevin Davis up front with the elbow. Yeah. They also had like.
He'd still always be lumping it,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? And, you know, and there's another one I could throw in there as well, which was Wenger Pulis.
Yeah.
When Pulis was at Stoke,
That would have been
Yeah.
a good
you know what I
one.
mean? And, you know, they used to have Rory lumping in
Long
and
ball.
Robert
Hoof.
throws and that. And I remember
Shawcross.
Shawcross.
Cesc Fabregas goes, and the Shawcross incident.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Cesc Fabregas called it anti-football and all that. Those were big rivalries.
That's the reason Allardyce kept on coming out saying if I was called Allardyce. Like, because obviously having a dig at Wenger and a nice
The
style
thing
of
is, with the, I think that your Pulis one is a good shout because Wenger was actually correct. You remember when Arsenal suffered that spate of horrific injuries? You had Eduardo at Birmingham, you had Ramsey at Stoke.
Yeah.
Wenger had predicted that. Wenger was saying, if this doesn't stop, this sort of way of nullifying us by fighting us, something significant is going to happen, something serious is going to happen. And then it happened twice.
Yeah.
Horrible injury.
Horrible.
And
I think
as
you're
said,
right. I think that's a good
and
shout.
as I said, those two, that Pulis one didn't make the list, but there was such a clash of styles and personalities, and you could tell Wenger didn't like Allardyce.
Surprises me.
You got
by
one
your
wrong,
list.
Rob. You've got one
I'm
massively
shocked
wrong.
that you've got Wenger,
Third.
Mourinho first.
Oh, so am I. That's what
That
I was
was
just about
the
to
one
say.
of all.
Mate, I was just about to say
No,
that.
but you know what? Wenger Mourinho, that was
was
you know,
war.
that was nasty. That was war. That was horrible.
Mate.
But I think the Fergie Keegan one, right?
I put it
I
down.
sort of
No,
remember
but you've
at
got
the
to
heights of
have
that.
fisticuffs on the
No, but I
touchline,
always-
and
I
Wenger
always
Mourinho
remember-
went for it.
You know, where did mind games start? It started with this rivalry, Fergie and Keegan, when he got inside Keegan's head, and Keegan, who was on his way to win the league, completely lost it, and that is why. That's like, for me, that's the original.
Nutter.
The original, not that. But that's the
That should
original
drop.
one.
That beat should drop right now.
That was bad tune. That was the original, to me, that's the original big clash. That
Do you know what?
has
I
to
think
be-
you're right. I've put Pep and Klopp on here because I thought we had to.
man.
I thought that was like part of the. I thought that was part of the.
no.
No. This doesn't belong
Yeah,
here. I
it's
hate that.
disputed.
I
Yeah,
hate the way
That belongs on there
great.
more. Tuchel
Tuchel Conte.
Yeah.
I don't care if it was for 1
Pep-
second.
Pep and Klopp,
Let's
I
get
don't
that
like
off.
that. It's too nice, hugging each
I
other
hate
after
it.
games.
Dissing each other, telling each other how good they both
Do you know
are.
what?
Yeah,
I'm so
yeah,
offended
yeah.
by it. I'm so offended. You know when Chelsea play and Chelsea play against West Ham? We have such antipathy towards West Ham United. Like, they are one of our biggest rivals. And you know when I see sort of Declan Rice and Mason, I know they're mates, but just pay me the courtesy of pretending that
Yeah,
you're not.
wait till
Just
you
wait
get
for the
off
Dressing
cameras
room
camera.
and then go
off,
down
yeah.
and then go sexy fish together and order the black cod. Do what you got to do, right? But just pretend to me that the rivalry matters. Like, pretend to me that the rivalry
But
matters.
it's still, you know,
Yeah.
club over.
Yeah,
everything.
man, listen, man. Wenger Mourinho was, Mourinho was horrible.
Mate,
you know.
there's nothing
Some
stronger
of the things
than
he said.
a success in failure is the harshest line in football.
Specialist.
And I know, you know,
Specialist in
specialist in failure. And you know, I was reading David Dean's book the other day, right? And he said, said in that book, right, that hurt Wenger a lot. He was really hurt by that.
Mate, he'd do it all
the
the
specialist
time.
in failure.
Mourinho-
Called him a voyeur as well.
Called him a voyeur. Called him a voyeur. Do you know what else he'd say as well? He'd always just drop it in. He'd always go, you know, he'd always go, you just can't go 10 years at a big club without a trophy. Always at Wenger.
And basically,
Always
what
at
you
Wenger.
had, you had one guy who was classy in Wenger and one guy who was classless.
They actually had a
in
fight.
Mourinho.
They actually had a fight.
They actually had a
That has to be the
fight.
one.
That
They
has
had
to
a
be the
fight.
one. They
Has to
actually
be
had
the
a
one.
fight.
All right, fine.
And
okay.
Wenger got the better of him.
No,
Mourinho.
Nah, man. Wenger had him like out. Hey, Wenger's a big guy, tall guy, you know.
That's 6'4", innit?
No, Mourinho.
Yeah, my
Mourinho
money's
would
on
take
Wenger,
fight.
man. Wenger would have
Mourinho
slapped
would
him up.
take
Wait, you think Mourinho beat up Wenger?
Mourinho could definitely.
No, Wenger would deck him.
No way.
Listen, Wenger was always on the training ground.
He's
right?
about 100
He's a
though.
super fit guy.
He's about 100.
Yeah, but
Yeah, like that. He's like crumble.
he's a tall. When I met him, he's huge. He's a tall guy.
Rob, stop.
Listen,
Rob, stop.
Yeah.
You know.
I know. No.
Stop your bite.
I know you know your boxing, right? I know you know your boxing.
The reach.
Right? It's a bit like Tyson Fury, innit? That reach. You know what I mean? When that reach lands on Mourinho, man.
We'll change
But,
it.
do you know what was so good about it as well? Obviously from my perspective, but I think it adds to the rivalry. Now the results are kind of confined to history, so it's not about that. It's just about the war between them. They would always go for each other. They would always have it, and Mourinho would always come out on top. Do you remember Wenger's 1000th game?
1000th game, I was there.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
Six
His
nil,
1000th
man,
game in the country. His 1000th game at Arsenal. 6-0.
6-0.
Six. Slapped up in the first half. It was over in the first half.
Actually, he came in and took. He came in and took over.
What I like is he came in when there was that Wenger-Fergie rivalry. He came in and went bang right in the middle of it and took on both of them.
But he always had a real respect and almost sort of
For Fergie.
almost in a
Because he wanted
fatherly.
his job, innit?
No, he kept mentioning the Champions League. Remember when he came in, he said, "I don't have to show respect to anyone because only one manager's won the Champions League in this country, and that was Fergie."
But he's also angling for Fergie's job, for even in them.
No, but he wouldn't need Fergie's endorsement for that. I think he genuinely had a respect and admiration for Ferguson, but didn't have it for Wenger. I'm not saying he shouldn't. I'm not saying that's correct.
Anyway,
but he just
listen,
didn't.
that's a real Chelsea bias because the #1 rivalry we all know was Wenger-Fergie.
Never had a fight. They never had a fight.
No, it's got to be
Nothing
Jose. It's got to be
I've
never had a fight.
Jose Wenger.
I've changed
Nah,
it.
you having a
Jose
laugh?
Wenger.
Come on, right?
It's Jose Wenger.
It's got to be a Jose.
And that rivalry.
I feel like the rivalry between those two was more on the pitch with the players. So when you think that
they
rivalry,
hated
you
it.
think of
No,
United
listen,
Arsenal off the pitch.
No.
He wasn't as bitter as you
Let me
think.
say this, right? Even when Wenger came in, when he first arrived, right? Fergie said, right, it was like, what does he know about English football? What does he know? Who's this guy coming from Japan? What's he going to do? First season, Wenger wins a double, right? And it start from there. You
But
know
then,
what I mean?
but then the following
And
season,
those-
Man United won a treble.
Yeah, I know, but I'm saying those twos were always at each other, right? They were always at each other. Again, it was a bit of clash of styles. You had, even on the pitch, you had Vieira, you had and Keane. It always used to kick off. You got that famous picture of Martin Keown jumping.
Van
on
Nistelrooy.
That's what I'm trying to say.
right?
That's what we're saying. If you ask the club rivalry,
Pizzagate, listen,
club rivalry, yes.
nothing comes
Man United,
close.
Arsenal, but managers,
Nothing. No, managers, nothing
Jose
comes close to
Wenger.
that. Nothing comes close.
Jose said some spiteful stuff about Arsene Wenger. Spiteful.
That was. Listen, to me.
Robbie, they had a fight. You can't beat.
No,
that
you
fight.
know what?
They
You
had
know.
a
I look
fight,
at. I look at. Let's go back to going back to.
They had a fight.
Going back to
Fight,
boxing
Robs.
again, right? I look at rivalries, right? Like, you see like a trilogy, like guys going at it. You know what I mean? With the Mourinho one, he was just a bully. He had a load of money to throw at it and all that. This one was a genuine. You didn't know which one of them. One of them would win it this year.
No.
The
There was
next
one-
year,
there was
this
a winner,
one
mate.
win it.
There was- one of them won it.
No,
Yeah.
but Wenger was. They were competing. They were head to head every year. This was Klopp and Pep, but with more spite. It weren't a friendly rivalry.
Yeah, because of the players, not because of the managers.
You know what I loved about this rivalry is that at the end of it, when they both retired, they both had so much respect for each other. They both now like each other. But whilst it was going,
and that's the issue.
The respect was
Jose and Wenger
Wenger will
couldn't
never.
put them in the room.
Yeah.
this to me.
I was siding with Rob, but I've changed mine. I back you to
It's the
Jose
fight. It's the
Mourinho.
Nah.
They had a fight.
It's not the same.
Like I
He literally had a fight, Rob. He tried to pull his tie. He was like, "Yo, what are you doing, blood?"
I'd say,
No, he didn't try to pull his
I'd
tie.
say
Pulled
that's
his
a
pull off his tie. You know what I mean? Pulled his, roughed him up, man, at Stamford Bridge. Big up Wenger, man.
They got beat
Roughed him
6-0.
up at
Yeah, roughed-
Stamford
yeah, you
That
won.
weren't the
You won
6-0
that
game.
day. What was that?
Right, he
What
roughed him
was
up
that?
and pulled off his time.
Was that when? Was that the one where Fabregas lobbed check?
Huh?
There's a lot. There's a lot. But I think it has to be Mourinho, Wenger as number one. It just has to be.
No.
Fergie, Wenger second.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I've got.
So we've got one, we've got two. This is
Okay.
great. I love because these things, you know, the sort of pettiness and squabbles, and this is football.
I love pettiness.
This is great.
That's why I don't like the Klopp Pep one. It's too
It's
nice.
horrible.
Too nice.
What about how highly do we rank Benitez, Mourinho in terms of
Oh, I like that
intensity?
one. I did
in
like
terms
that
of
one.
intensity.
Again, that was the clubs. That was the players.
Oh no! There's some.
also the managers.
I remember Mourinho said something about his weight and that,
Yeah.
and that his
Yeah.
missus should
It's
feed
his
him.
missus. Start talking about his missus and that.
Yeah, no, Mourinho was always at the
Because
centre of
then,
everything.
you know, Mrs. Benitez then got involved. And she's like, every club, Mrs. Benitez was
on
like,
the touchline.
every club that Mourinho goes to and messes up, we have to go and...
Oh, yeah. I've
Yeah,
seen
yeah.
yeah. You're right. I've
Yeah.
seen that.
Yeah, that was a good
But
one.
he started talking about his weight and his missus feeding him too much.
I learnt at Fergie Benitez as well with the facts.
Facts. That was when he went mad.
Yeah.
Well, I remember everyone
Again,
singing,
Fergie getting
Rafa's
into his
cracking
head.
up, innit?
Apart from Wenger. Wenger
Rafa's
Yeah.
had to block it out.
Yeah.
He's cracking up. I remember constantly.
Cracking up.
Yeah.
Cracking.
Ooh,
So-
some good ones.
So what is everybody happy with this overall? Okay, I know that Robbie isn't going to agree with our first choice, but I think three of us agree, so it is what it is. Mourinho versus Wenger, number one. Fergie versus Wenger, number two.
Yeah.
Fergie versus Benitez, number three.
I've got it as 4, but I'm happy to.
I'm happy to put it.
What have you got as 3?
Keegan, where's the Keegan one then?
Yeah, maybe
Keegan,
Keegan's
Fergie.
higher, you know.
I mean,
Keegan
that's
third.
But that's
Keegan,
kind of,
Fergie
again,
third.
like a one-off. That's what we were saying.
But it was over a season.
All right, fine.
It was over a
Yeah,
season.
but it was a one-off moment.
It was a one-off moment.
It was a one-off moment. All the others on that list, it's gone.
No, but it's over a season.
but it was over
Alright.
a season.
boiling every week. Yeah,
And to
every
be honest,
week.
I don't even remember Fergie retaliating or saying anything back.
No,
Right,
because
he won the league.
No, but
He
he's
won the
one-way
league.
traffic.
No, but
Just
what
won the
is,
league.
what is he kept winding him up, giving it. Beginning of mind games. That's where it came from. That saying mind games because he got inside his head. That's what cost him the title.
And
You know
every
what I mean?
time someone else loses it now, they
Yeah.
always refer to that.
Yeah.
When
Yeah.
Rafa,
And
when
that's
Rafa
why
lost it was like, oh, he's doing
Exactly,
it.
and that's why I refer back to the Wenger one again because what is Fergie couldn't rattle him like that. He tried it all the time. And Wenger
I still
would
watch
just be
that
like,
video sometimes.
You know,
So good.
It's so good.
So
Keegan.
third is Keegan. I would love it.
We've got 4th.
Benitez, Mourinho fourth.
Yeah.
Is everyone on that? Can everyone
I haven't done that, but
I don't
I'm
like
happy
that.
to.
But
You don't like what? Benitez, Mourinho.
yeah, Benitez. Yeah, I have Benitez, Fergie in.
You got Benitez, Fergie, but have you got Benitez, Mourinho? No.
No.
Not on your list.
No, it's not.
Mate, that was a strong one, Benitez, Mourinho.
Now you just reminded us of some stuff. I think
Also,
that's-
Chelsea
that's
played
a strong
Liverpool in that era
That's
so
about-
many times. Like,
About
you know,
nine or 10 times. back
Benitez
to
and
back.
Mourinho arrived in England about 2
same time.
weeks apart from
Same
each other.
time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it was...
one. I'm happy
But
to
maybe
go.
it's
One
not.
was the special one was the humble one.
Wenger Allardyce.
This is difficult. I like Wenger Allardyce.
That was a
I don't know
good
if it's
one.
strong.
Wenger's on this a lot. For someone who you say is a peacemaker, he's an off on this a lot.
No, because he used to wind people up because he was just they'd be trying to get at him and he just kept.
Mate, you guys are stopping. Tuchel and Conte were going to fight.
Yeah.
That's not... That's
They
I
were
did
gonna,
like the Tuchel
They were going to have a fight.
it's just why not?
I'd have that.
If
I'd
no
have
one
that
got
on
involved.
there.
They
I'd have
went,
that on
they
there. I
went
like
nose to nose.
Yeah.
He tried to walk past me like, come here, what are you
This
walking
is
past?
recency bias. This is you would
No,
never
I
have
like
to-
that one. It was.
We're talking
it was
about
pure
we're talking
hate
about,
there, man.
We're talking about Keegan
It is pure.
nearly 3 decades later. We won't be talking about this in 3 years.
Keegan was good, but it was to a camera. It was to a camera. It wasn't
one-on-one.
even- This was literally in your face.
On a pitch.
How dare you walk
He
past
had a
me?
mental breakdown on camera. It was like it transcends football. This goes into sort of
You know what it is? I don't
mental
think,
health.
You know,
I don't think that
transcend-
comes off
It doesn't
it.
transcend football. It transcends football because they didn't go on to win. I think if they went on to win, no one would have even.
I think
No,
everybody.
it was going on all season.
Yeah.
It was going
I
on
think,
all season.
and also, I think everybody knows about the Keegan thing.
That
Like,
was-
I reckon
that
my
was-
mum has no knowledge of football, right? But I reckon my mum knows about
It was
about the
beginning-
Keegan breakdown.
and as I said, that was what the mind games came from that season. So yeah,
Right, so
I
we've all
agree
got the
with
same top 3.
that. Keegan.
We put Benitez, Mourinho 4.
What is our 5th rivalry? Wenger Allardyce.
No.
That was a
I
good
think
rivalry,
Tuchel
man. That
Conte's
was
got
a
more
sick.
clout than that.
But I did
Conte
like the
too.
Tuchel. I did like the
Conte.
Tuchel.
Was mate.
It
I
was
did like
it
that,
was
that was a
it's
nice
one
one.
that
They
you'll
meet
never
each other
forget.
right now on King's Road. They're going to have words.
It's going to kick off.
They're going to have words right now.
It'd be
King's
good.
Road.
It'd be wherever Tuchel's next job ends up. It would be good if they play Tottenham.
Yeah.
They have words.
I would have been interested to see what happened in the reverse fixture
Yeah.
if Tuchel was still there this
Yeah.
time.
He tried to walk past him, and he's like, "Where are you going?"
Yeah, where you going, man?
Where you
Come
going?
back here. Where
We
you
ain't
going?
finished this.
Who wins that fight?
Conte.
Tuchel.
Conte.
Tuchel.
No way.
Young man.
Conte wax him up.
Conte.
Germans are hard as well.
Yeah.
Oh,
He's
mate, Italians.
You can have the
No,
mafia
Tuchel.
on him and
Yeah,
everything.
yeah.
There's no way. Conte.
Conte wins that
For
fight.
me, 100%
Tuchel.
Tuchel. Tuchel's, again, is another tall geezer.
Yeah, but that can be.
Just 'cause
that
you're
can
tall.
be.
Army sergeant.
Told you that reach, Abby, man, the reach.
That's really unfair on
The
people like
reach.
me and Rory.
Yeah,
You know,
exactly,
just
yeah.
'cause we're not tall.
Me v Rory, what do you think? You know what I mean? What do you think should happen? Right?
Right, are we doing it? Are we doing Conte? I
I'm
don't
going-
agree, but
I'm
we'll do
going
Conte
Tuchel,
Tuchel, yeah?
Conte.
Okay, so that concludes it. We all in agreement with that list.
That's the one.
That's the list. Okay.
it.
There we have it. Thank you all so much for watching this video. We really do hope that you've enjoyed it. That concludes our biggest rivalries in the managerial dugouts. Let us know, do you agree? If we've missed any out, let us know in the comments. All of us are going to be in the comments, so we're really interested to hear what you have to say. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you all on the next video. Cheers.
Make sure you get your number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in the comment section below. What we got next week?
We have got some of the top 5 best imports into the Premier League. This is going to be a massive debate.
Yeah,
We're
easily.
never going to get this all in agreement, I don't think.
No. There could be a top 100. And I
Yeah.
think we're going to struggle and everyone's going to say we missed someone out.
Definitely.
So as always, make sure you leave your comment below, like, share and subscribe. And we'll see you on the next episode of The Playlist.